Hey everyone, and welcome. So today, we're exploring a pretty radical idea. What if your team's biggest breakthrough could happen far, far away from the office? You know, somewhere with a little more sun, sand, and sea. Let's dive in and see if a trip to the beach might just be the secret sauce for transforming your team's entire dynamic.
But first, a serious question. Really think about it for a second. Is your team trapped by office walls? Day in and day out, we're surrounded by the same four walls, staring at screens, communicating through Slack or Teams. Sure, it's efficient, but is it actually helping your team connect, and more importantly, create?
Just look at this contrast here. On one hand, you've got the standard office. For all its good intentions, it can accidentally stifle creativity and make hierarchies feel, well, really obvious. But then you look at a secluded shore, and it's the total opposite. It's a space that naturally fosters innovation, encourages real face-to-face connection, and just tears down those barriers to open communication.
So let's start by digging into what we'll call the modern office trap. Our offices are designed for getting tasks done, for operations. But in that process, they can sometimes limit the very things that make a team truly great. Trust, real collaboration, and genuine connection.
And this is really the heart of the problem, isn't it? That relentless cycle of back-to-back meetings and a flood of emails. It's necessary to get the work done, sure, but over time it can slowly wear down the personal relationships that are so crucial for a high-performing team. It keeps all our interactions transactional instead of letting them be transformational.
So, what's the antidote here? This brings us to a solution that sounds unlikely, but is actually incredibly powerful: the corporate escape. We're talking about a short retreat to a secluded, natural place, like a beach. Now, I know what you're thinking. That sounds like a vacation, but it's actually a strategic investment in your team's future performance.
The key ingredient here is just getting away from the daily grind. When you physically remove a team from their usual environment, from their desks and their routines, they finally get a chance to interact as people, not just as colleagues with job titles. This simple change of scenery is what unlocks natural collaboration and helps build stronger, more authentic relationships.
Okay, so what is it about the beach that works so well? It's not just about having a bit of fun in the sun. There are some real specific psychological and social benefits that make the coast a powerful catalyst for team success. Let's break it down.
First and foremost, it's about reducing stress. The science on this is absolutely clear. Natural environments have a massive calming effect on us. Just the sound of the waves, that wide open horizon, these things literally lower our stress hormones. And a relaxed team, well, that's a team that's more patient, more focused, and way more receptive to new ideas.
And that relaxed state leads directly to the next benefit. In a neutral, open setting like a beach, those corporate hierarchies, they just kind of melt away. When the CEO and the new intern are both trying to build a sandcastle together, titles suddenly matter a whole lot less. This encourages everyone, and I mean everyone, to share ideas more freely and honestly.
This open communication, in turn, just fuels creativity. Let's be real, staring at the same cubicle wall every single day isn't exactly a recipe for inspiration, but a vast, dynamic landscape, that can spark whole new ways of thinking. A brainstorming session on a quiet beach can lead to those incredible aha moments that are just so hard to find in a conference room.
And finally, and this might just be the most important one of all, it strengthens trust. Real trust isn't built in formal meetings. It's built through shared experiences. Working together on a fun challenge or just accomplishing a simple group activity creates these powerful bonds that translate directly back to more effective, more seamless collaboration back in the workplace.
Okay, so you're sold on the idea. I get it, but you're probably thinking, how in the world do I actually pull something like this off? Well, it's actually more straightforward than you might think. Let's just quickly walk through a simple blueprint for planning a really successful retreat. First up, you've got to define your goals. What are you trying to achieve? Is this all about strategic planning, or is it more about pure team building? Next, you've got to find that sweet spot, the right balance between work and play. Then, make sure you choose a location that can actually accommodate your team's size, and get the logistics sorted out well in advance, especially if you're going somewhere remote. And finally, offer a variety of activities so that everyone feels engaged. And if you're looking for some concrete ideas to get you started, here are a few. Simple things like beach games and challenges, like a good old-fashioned tug-of-war, are just fantastic for breaking the ice. You can hold your workshops right there in the fresh air,
Maybe start the day with some group mindfulness or yoga, and end it with team storytelling sessions around a bonfire to really build empathy and connection.
And just to make this feel even more real, here are a few totally different UK destinations to get your mind going. You've got the huge, wide-open sands of Holcombe Beach, which is perfect for big group activities. Then there's the stunning natural amphitheater of Porthcurno in Cornwall. Can you imagine doing a presentation there? Or if you're up for a real adventure, the remote Sandwood Bay in Scotland is absolutely perfect for fostering teamwork through shared challenges.
So, the retreat is over, everyone's back in the office, feeling refreshed. What's the real, lasting impact here? This isn't just about a 2-day boost in morale. The benefits are tangible, and they are definitely long-term.
So what are the results? What do teams actually come back with? Well, they consistently return with tangible improvements right across the board. Communication becomes more open and honest. Collaboration is smoother because the lessons from those group activities actually translate to workplace projects. And of course, they come back with much stronger relationships and a fresh dose of creative energy.
Ultimately, the key takeaway is that the experience sticks around. The shared memories, the inside jokes, the trust that was built outside of the office, that stuff creates a more resilient, more cohesive team long after everyone has finally washed all the sand from their shoes.
And that leaves us with one final question for you to really think about. When you look at your team, at their potential, and at the challenges they're facing, could it be that the one thing you haven't tried is also the most simple? Could nature be the missing catalyst for unlocking their true success?